Hi, this is Heck Green's Boundary, where I do predictions of the future. If you'd like me to do prediction for you, let me know in the comments below. Just a reminder, we do lives here on Saturdays and Sundays at 10 a.m. Central, and Tuesdays and Thursdays at 5:30 p.m. Central. So make sure you mark it down on your calendar. If you like a personal reading or a reading for today, make sure you indicate that in the chat, and make sure you indicate if you want a flame reading, pendulum reading, or just a good old tarot card reading. Okay, let's get to the card of the day. Okay, so this is from our deck, The Universe Has Your Back. So the card for today is the moment I realign with love, clear direction is presented to me. Always try to stay in the light with no matter what is going on in the world around you. Okay, so always staying in the light and trying to stay in that love is probably the best way of keeping yourself sane, for one, and making those decisions to do the right thing, no matter what the situation actually is. Okay, hello everybody. We got Super Whittle Guy. Hey. We got Daily Daily. We got 360 Crypto Farming. And we got Bob Job. Hello everybody. Okay, let's look at November. I'm hoping that everybody had a safe and exciting Halloween. I know we did. Even now, the wife had to work, but that's okay. Maybe next year we'll do a Halloween show. What do you guys think? Yeah? And unfortunately, we don't have the picture set up. We have Domino, our black Halloween cat, posed in front of a pumpkin. So that the wife carved. No. But let's move onward with November. Let's see how the month is shaping up. Okay. Okay. A lot of things happening around the world right now. Brazil is having some issues. I was watching that on Getter. Actually, I've joined Getter, which is a social media app, kind of like Twitter. Getting a few people on there. So if you want to look for me there, you're more than welcome to. It's just my name, Andre Gerard. So maybe we'll try to put the link somewhere later on for that. But let's have a look at November. Seems that the health of the entire month is going to be a little wonky. It's just starting off okay. We got that wealth card right in the beginning of the, got that Ace of Pentacles. So everything looks okay. Okay, beginning of the month looks okay, and I think it's going to be going downhill very, very quickly from there. There's also indicators that much of the banking industry is panicking at the moment, and a lot of the left-leaning politicians out there are running around like crazy people, because of another social media service. Of course, we're streaming live on there right now of Twitter with Mr. Elon Musk. He's uncovering many of the things, and we're going to see a lot more of that coming up as the month goes along, where he's going to be unveiling a lot of the things that have been hidden for a long time. And it's going to be turning the political world on its head. Okay. And that's worldwide. I remember that I did a reading that quite a while ago that many of the things are going to be revealed to the public. Okay, this is how we start to bring those people back in to good knowledge that we all share, is by exposing the people that are the bad guys and bringing them into the light. This is the Great Awakening. And who would have thought it would have kind of started with Elon Musk. Makes you go, Anyways, so we're going to be having a lot more of that in November as he takes over more and more of the Twitter reins going forward. Money wise, of course, we're already going downwards in the traditional market. Okay. But in the crypto market, we're going to start to see it do this and start to go back up. I was watching Cliff High the other day, and he's saying at this moment in time, when the Federal Reserve starts to stop raising the interest rate, okay, and that's going to be very, very soon, they have no choice but to start the money printers again to keep everything afloat. When they start doing that, okay, and that's going to be happening very, very soon, probably November, December. Remember, this is that moment in time when we're going to start to see a huge collapse in the financial world. Okay? When you start printing endless money, it makes your fiat currency have less buying power. That's why when you go shopping, everything's going up high. It's not necessarily just about lack of product. Okay? It's just and being more expensive that way. It's more that your money doesn't buy as much because it doesn't have the purchasing power that it once did. Okay, makes sense? So when that starts to happen, that's going to be reflected in things that are deflationary, like Bitcoin or gold or silver and those sort of things. And things that have a limited amount will start to go up. And this is what Cliff High was saying. In the next couple months, around the Christmas, November, December, January, those 3 months, we're going to see a huge change in the cryptocurrency market because of that. Okay. Like I keep saying, like I said a year ago, it's not that Bitcoin is the most amazing thing on the face of the planet. It is, but each Bitcoin will be going to astronomical numbers because the amount of money that you need to buy one will be exponentially growing because it keeps falling flat on its face. Okay, that's the fiat currency as compared to one Bitcoin. Okay, so because of fiat currency not having buying power anymore, it's going to take a lot more of those to buy one Bitcoin, which is more stable than the actual fiat currencies that we're presently using. So we're going to be starting to see that this month. Okay. And there's going to be a lot of celebrations around that. Many of the people that are hopefully holding Bitcoin and many of the cryptocurrencies that I keep mentioning in their cryptocurrency wallets, treasure wallets, hopefully, are going to be doing out or making out like bandits in the next couple months. People that are involved in this, we're going to have a huge switch out of governments. Which we're already seeing in Brazil. They're actually asking for the military to go after the people that were elected in the parliament, their parliament building. So much more of that is going to be happening around the planet as we move along. Okay. What else we got? Yeah, just more of the elites running away from the situation because they're how do I say this? They're witty, but they're not smart. They don't think ahead a couple turns on how people are going to react to the things that they're doing. And so now they're kind of like, "Oh, what do we do now?" So we're going to see a lot more of that moving forward um, within the world of politics. We're going to see a lot of more politicians running away around the world. Okay. And a lot of politicians that nobody knew who they were taking office because they have no other choice. So be ready for that in this month coming, or that we're currently in. Okay. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of insight to the new month coming up. Okay, let's move into the next thing. Make sure we're asking lots of questions. Okay, so we got something for the next part of the show. BitTorrent. Somebody was asking the question about BitTorrents. Do you have more people chatting?
Nope.
No? Just the 5? Okay. It's going to be a real short show. Oh, they'll come up with stuff. Okay, so BitTorrent, the health of it is very relaxing, actually. There's going to be a lot of people walking away from the BitTorrent platform in the next little while. I think they're going through a lot of struggle, or will be hitting into a bunch of struggle in the next little while. And there's a lot of confusion within the platform, the people running the platform. This is more immediate, okay, that we're saying. And there's some type of scheme or scam that was working behind the scenes that was impeding their growth. And it's going to be kind of tumbling the BitTorrent cryptocurrency down quite a bit in the next little while. It's going to take them about a year or so to get it back on track. Okay. And they're going to be alleviating this situation, the tower upright. It's everything collapsing on them. Okay. And it's reversed. So they're going to be very quickly pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Okay. Causing a lot of panic in the market for BitTorrent. So could be some good buying opportunities there when everybody starts to panic. And they're going to be getting that fixed, whatever it was, and have it go back up again. But it's going to be a little hellish for the next little while for BitTorrent coming up. So when everybody's panicking, get that greed happening, and then ride it back up as soon as things start to settle for them. Okay? And that'll be within the year's span. So something's going to be happening to them that's almost going to be tearing them down. Okay? But I believe they fix it and they move on from there. Okay? There you go for BitTorrent. Cardano. Everybody's favorite. Well, my favorite. They've been having some troubles as of late. That is true. Probably because the creator won't shut the hell up. Somebody should take his Twitter away from him. he keeps putting his foot in his mouth. But regardless of that, I think the health of it is going to be coming back up in a good way. There's a lot of things happening on their platform that are very beneficial to the Cardano cryptocurrency coming up. In the beginning of the year, it's going to be a yearly reading for this one. It seems that they're going to be focused too much on the negative things and not looking at all the positive things in the very beginning of the situation, and then dig themselves out of that in the next little while. But it's going to be slow and steady for their growth. Everybody was thinking it was going to be this quick thing, but it's going to be growing at a very slow rate because of some of the problems, not programming wise, but social problems that they may be having within the platform, the people that are involved in it, which is causing, at the moment, causing a bit of confusion. This is the confusion card, if you're wondering. People going all everywhere, not knowing which way to go. So that's what that is. So they're going to have some confusion, and they're going to be running towards it, this type of situation. So it's going to take about 3 to 4 months to resolve itself, and then after that, it's going to be starting to get back on track for them. And I'm hoping that I really love Cardano, so I'm wishing that they get this resolved very, very soon. Okay. And of course, create some good buying opportunities there for everybody as well. Okay, so there you go for Cardano. Who is this A2?
He's blocked now.
Oh, he's blocked.
Yeah.
Good. Now, if you remember last Sunday, that we did the remote viewing, and Brad came up on top. Hello, Brad, with his prediction. Many of the people made very good guesses, and we have the new homework, and I think, how do I explain this? I thought I'd revise it again. Well, not revise, just tell you about it again in case you missed Sunday. The new remote viewing number, so get yourself a brand new piece of paper. Okay, so it's YTD4760. So that'll be your homework for the rest of the week until Sunday. Sunday is going to be our remote viewing day, where we reveal what's in the envelope, and you use that number to focus on, okay, and do your predictions, okay, from that. So don't name it, describe it. So what you're going to do with your piece of paper with the number on the top is you're going to be writing down the colors that are involved in this, okay, the target, the texture. Is it rough? Is it smooth? Is it squishy? Maybe smooth, elastic? Maybe, you never know. Then it's smell, taste. What's it sound like? Is there emotion? Is it man-made or natural? So all of these things are part of the experience of being a remote viewing. And if you ever come up with a title of it, okay, it's a microphone I have here, then that would be required or known as a analytical overlay. So on the bottom of your page, you go AOL and you put microphone, okay, and then you try to get that out of your mind and continue with your remote viewing from there. Okay, so that's just a brief way of doing the remote viewing for this Sunday coming up. Okay, so there you go. And I think we're into the chat. Hey. I was just looking at our friend here with the Jesus thing. Anyways, dilly, will BTC drop below 14,000 US this month or next? I don't think it's really going to be dropping that low. Okay. It's going to drop a tiny bit, but like I've said in other shows, I think the bottom is pretty much in. It's like, this is Canadian, it's 26,000 Canadian, and it's been bouncing around 26, 27, went up to 28,000 the other day. And it's going to be bouncing within that range. So let's have a closer look with some cards, just to get a little bit more insight. I think it's going to drop a tiny bit, but not this huge amount, like many of the other psychics and myself included were saying. I think we're past that point when that is going to be happening. Watch is going to happen tomorrow or something, but and if that does happen, bye. bye. Yeah, it's the end of a cycle. Okay, we got that 10 card, 10 of Swords. So it's the end of that painful cycle coming up very, very soon. And it's the reverse of the 5 of Pentacles. The actual Pentacle card is people, homeless people walking out in the cold outside of the establishment. Okay, but it's reversed. Okay, so it'd be the opposite of that. Gaining wealth, gaining big money, basically. And we also got that 2 of Pentacles right in the beginning. So everything's starting to balance out within the cryptocurrency market. I think what people were seeing before is the collapse happening because of what was happening with the traditional market. But I'm believing that the traditional market and the crypto market are starting to separate themselves now. They're no longer lockstep. It's like Cliff High was saying in one of his last videos. It's when the traditional market starts to collapse, we're going to start to see cryptocurrencies jump up. And I've been saying that part for quite some time. Okay. Because of that separation. Now people are going to look for safe havens. And this more educated of the bunch are going to get into the cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, that sort of thing. And those are going to be rising. For those people that I talk to, why don't you cash it out and put it into Canadian money? No, because Canadian money keeps going down. Why would you put all your wealth in a sinking boat? It's not floating anymore. It's sinking. It's the Titanic. So me and the wife, we just keep our crypto in the wallet. We don't cash it unless we need something to buy something. But I think this month we're going to start to see it level off and it's going to start to go up. Okay? Sorry. Hopefully that answers your question, Dilly. Hi, Andre. A psychic has said Putin may do a dirty bomb in Ukraine and blame Ukraine for it. What do you think? For what purpose? Now, that would be some type of false flag that you're describing. But they're already at war. they're already blowing each other to bits. So why would you need a dirty bomb unless the idea is to get other nations involved in the war? Okay, which could be the thing. Where that comes from? The dirty bomb is actually from the Ukrainian side. Okay, to go against the Russians. So there was a dirty bomb that was spoken about. It's on redacted, but it would be from the Ukrainians and the NATO forces doing that, and then blaming Russia. Then allowing all of the NATO forces to come in and have an excuse for a full-out battle with Russia. So it'd be a false flag on the NATO side. I don't see why Russia would do that, because they are winning. They got 20% of the land, okay, of Ukraine. I think there's one little area that they want to capture, and that would be it. They're done. Now they just got to fortify that area and get rid of the pesky Ukrainians out of that area, because it's theirs, right? And the Ukrainian military is not in the best of shape right now. Even with the Al-Qaeda and ISIS troops being paid for by us in North America to fight on the Ukrainians' behalf. All the good Ukrainian troops are done already. So now they're hiring mercenaries like the ISIS troops and troops like that from Turkey. They're coming in from Turkey into Ukraine, and then fighting on the behalf of the Ukrainians for money. Okay? And who's splitting the bill? We are, in the Western world. Nice, right? So, let's throw some cards. Is there a dirty bomb? Will they use it? Yeah, it gives you something to think about. It was something that was coming out of NATO. It's the fog of war, like I think somebody said. Yeah, the fog of war is full of propaganda. It was already on Redacted. They already talked about that, and a few other trustworthy sites that I go to for that type of information. That would be a NATO thing. Our side that was going to do that. And I think they're not going to be doing that because Mr. Putin said, we got nukes and we're not afraid to use them. And so I think the whole feeling from that is the NATO people going, oh, okay. Because they don't really have the heart to fight Russia at the moment, especially UK and Germany and all that. It's going to, the NATO forces are going to capitulate very, very soon, if not in the next month or so, because it's going to get cold. Okay. So we're going to see that flip. And a lot of that truth, like I was telling about Twitter, is going to be coming out through there. The truth of that entire situation. Okay? So hopefully that answers your question. Thank you for that. Why is your pendulum predictions not always right? Doge, you predicted not to go to 9 US cents, plus it's now 15 cents. Sometimes it works. Most of the time it works. Sometimes I may have been thinking incorrectly at the moment when I was using it. It does happen. It's not perfect. Okay. Me, I just hold my Dogecoin and put it in my wallet and sit on it. So it's something that I don't normally worry about. And hopefully it didn't cause you too much stress, but it does happen. Okay. Hopefully that answers your question. Will XRP reach $3 US in the next 2 to 3 years? No. There's a lot of things I'm seeing behind the scenes with XRP. Not one of my favorite cryptocurrencies. It's just, unfortunately, XRP's biggest client is banks, and when the banks start to collapse, XRP is going to go along with it. This is why we're seeing that XRP is starting to spread its horizons on different fields. I'm thinking it's going to be $2 to $3 in the next 4 to 5 years. Still not bad. It's probably going to be getting to that $1, $2 in that time period. $1 to $2 in that amount of time that you specified. But I'm thinking there's going to be some type of thing that happens after the banks go, okay, because that's their main client. And then they're going to be picking themselves up and moving on from there. They are spreading themselves a little bit wider afield. Okay? So, unfortunately, no. Okay, thank you for that. Will Doge still go to 1 US cent in December? What's 16? About 4 or 5 cents. Right off the top of my head. In that time period. There's going to be that nice little dip, and then it's going to start to climb after that. December is going to be all over the road for cryptocurrencies and the regular market. Of course, Doge is going to go up some more. It's being held a lot because of Elon Musk doing his thing, which is beneficial to anyone holding Doge. He did a tweet the other day with his cell phone with a Twitter logo on it with Doge coins all around the phone. That tells you his next plan for Twitter and Doge. I think it's going to be holding strong, actually. It may get down to 5, 6 cents, but then I think it's going to be going back up from there. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Hi, Andre. Do you think you could ask the pendulum to see if I will get back into my wallet? Like crypto wallets? Yeah, unfortunately, it's saying no. Yeah. If it's a cryptocurrency wallet, that's a hard thing to do. Hopefully, you wrote down the password or the passphrase somewhere and put it safe. Because you can reestablish the wallet on another device or unload it from your phone if it's on your phone, reload it, and put in the 15-word passphrase, and it'll bring it back up. Hopefully that helps you out. Okay? Thank you for that. How long will the USA be under martial law post the midterm madness? Huh. I don't think it's going to be under martial law. Exactly. How many people have guns in the U.S.? And if it really comes down to that, it would be nasty, especially in the southern United States. There'd be some rioting, probably, because those lefties like to riot. I think the outcry from that particular side, them losing, is going to be kind of quelled, because most policemen and all that are from the right side. Thanks. And I don't see it really happening the way that I think people are expressing that. Okay? Especially martial law would be a step too far. But I could see a bit of a little lockdown because things are getting out of hand in New York or something like that. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. Am I in a location that will avoid the looting and break-ins in the UK? Yeah, I think you're going to be okay. Just take extra precautions. I think people are just going to be a little too cold to start running around. Food shortages, of course. Is that starting to happen already? And the price of food going to be going crazy. I think it's going to be resolved before that actually happens, because politicians are a little allergic to baseball bats in the face, if you catch my meaning. And something like that would spur the crowd into that sort of action. So they're going to figure something out. Okay. They probably already have something on the back burner ready to go when it does happen. Because you don't want too much mayhem. And like I said, politicians are a little allergic to a baseball bat in the face. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Three-card reading, please. It's Domino. For some reason, some type of project that you've been working on is kind of going lopsided. You may have to look at different avenues to get the success that you need on this new project. You have a really good project in mind, or part of a project. You just maybe going about it in a way that may not work perfectly for that. So picking up that there may be somebody around that might come up with the solution for you. And it's going to be something that you haven't thought of before. And it's probably one of those simple solutions that us really smart people kind of overlook sometimes in our wisdom and intelligence. And somebody just, boop, do this. And it actually works. I think it's going to be one of those scenarios when somebody just says something out of the blue and they go, ah! And I think that will turn your situation around, the thing that you've been working on that's not getting any traction from this one, from somebody. Hopefully that helps you out. Will Casper Network get down to or drop below 3 cents? I think it is going to be dropping down a tiny bit, but then it's going to be charging up before it gets to that 3 cents US in the next month or two. I think many of the psychics, me included, there's not going to be this huge drop, but there is going to be a bit of a drop coming up. I think we've seen the worst of the dropping. And I think the only case for really selling your cryptos is if you needed money to buy things like pay bills and stuff. I don't think it's going to get quite to that low amount. It's probably going to be the 4 to 5 cents above that. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. Many psychics saying crypto only up from here. Others a quick down, then off to the races. Basically what I've been saying. And some crypto down soon, and there for a while before a big uptrend. What do you think? I think I just said it. Yeah, we're going to have a small, not this huge drop, but we are going to have a little bit of a drop, just fluctuating with the rest of the traditional market and everything going on around the planet. And then it's probably off to the races from there. And Cliff High, I was watching that, he pretty much says the same thing. Okay, it's not something that we should all be worrying about. It's something that we should be getting into now. Wink, wink. And buy that stuff cheap. Write it back up. Okay, thank you, Bob. Will be a peace deal for Ukraine war in November. They're trying to get one, but the U.S. keeps saying no. And I don't know why the Ukrainian people are listening to that. Okay. As the Ukrainian people, I'd be waving a white flag already, because you're getting decimated. But let's have a look. I think the first thing I saw is the face of Macron and the German, forget her name. I said he or she, I can't remember. Actually leading the charge into getting some peace deal with the Ukraine and Russia. It's part of the capitulation that we've been picking up. It's going to be France and Germany that are going to be heading up that situation and trying to make that deal. But I think it gets started in November, but doesn't actually happen until about a month or two. These things always take time, right? And then if you don't have any more interference from the U.S., then I think it would go through in about 2 months or so. Okay? Hopefully that answers your question. should eight buy vet or Dutch?
Should I?
Oh, should I?
Typo.
Okay. Buy Doge. Here's the thing that I was looking at. Vet is good. Nothing wrong with vet. If I had the choice and I had the money, I would buy both. But here's the thing. Elon Musk has the Twitter, and he's also putting it on the Twitter, the Doge on the Twitter. So if you remember, I told you if you got a Doge or your Twitter wallet, at least in the Canadian version, I don't know if it's US. So if you go to here, all right, and at the top of my profile, there's the money thing. Okay, and it has the Bitcoin, the Ethereum, and Patreon. Okay, so you can put your wallet addresses in there. Okay, and then guess what he's going to do? He's going to put Doge in there too. Yep. So if you have a Twitter account, just go up to the right-hand corner, and it'll tell you for donations. If you'd like to go on my Twitter and give me some Doge, or Doge not there yet, but some Bitcoin or some Ethereum, that'd be great. And get on my Twitter. There you go. So this is why I'm picking up that it's going to go up quite a bit, because now more of a buzz on the Doge, and people are going to get excited about the Doge. People are going to be putting money in the Doge, but it's going to be for a short period of time, because that news is going to die off. Okay, unless Elon goes 24/7 tweeting about Doge. So it's going to go up a bit, and buy it. And if you're wanting to sell, like financial advice, then you sell at that moment in time. When everybody's excited, be afraid, right? But let it go up. Everybody's excited. Yeah, Doge, Doge, Doge. Every other day you hear Doge, and then at the top, sell. There you go. Make yourself some money. Okay? Thank you for that. FWT token.
Freeway token.
Freeway token?
Yep.
Awesome. My wife's here today, helping out behind the scenes. I would have been WFT or FWT. And I would have said the other thing too. Okay. Health of FWT. It's getting into some confusion, actually. We got that confusion card. Okay. So whatever is happening with them right now, it's not doing so great. Probably some news that's going to be coming out or has come out, and it's not going to be doing them any favors. So we're going to see a little or big downturn in the price of this token in the next little while. News will do that, right? I think somebody's going to be coming to stand in and actually put a stop to that nonsense in the next little while. Okay, so there's going to be a period of time when all chaos is within the platform, and then somebody's going to step in and go, "Hey, knock that off." And for some reason, they're going to be fixing it, but it's not. It's going to go level again and not all over the road, and then it's going to go up from there. So that's going to be about a year or so, within the year. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Is Iran going to attack Saudi Arabia or the U.S.? Probably not, because Iran's not dumb. Saudi Arabia, I think they're going to be making a deal actually with those two countries. Actually, we're going to see, because Saudi Arabia has already done this. They've basically given the middle finger to the U.S. already on gas prices, right? Oil. And I think Iran is going to be buddy-buddy with Saudi Arabia in the next little while. I know they're not on the best of terms, but it's a lot better than being friends with the U.S. The politicians. The people are great. The politicians things are going to have to change, right? So I don't see that actually happening. Of course, things over there are a little tense. And the U.S. has been looking for a really good excuse to go into Iran. Right? So you don't want to give them probable cause to go in there. Yeah, that'd be a no. The only reason U.S. has done anything in Iran yet is because they need a good reason to, or fabricate a good reason. And the fact that Iran is surrounded by mountains and an inhospitable desert. So there you go. So no on all counts, I believe. Okay. Thank you for that. Is Moonbeam or Moon River, there's that Moon River again, a good investment? Which one is better, Moonbeam or Moon River? I'd done a reading. I even was singing with Moon River. That was a while back. No, I won't sing again today. Don't worry.
You can sing.
Moon River. That's how come I remember the Moon River. Moonbeam. Which is better? I think in the short term, it's going to be to the Moon River. And Moonbeam will be a little bit longer of a hold. So it's Moon River for the win overall. Okay, and those two. Hopefully that answers your question. Can you pick 3 cards from the future of Serbia? Wow, a lot of political questions today. That's good. Sometimes it gets boring doing cryptos all the time. For some reason, they're going to be going into a new cycle of things. Okay, they're going to be charging headlong into a new system, not usually government system. That's going to be very, very swift. Okay, but there's very little wisdom behind it. So now they'll be having those financial troubles because they've leapt into something that was not sustainable. Okay, it looked good on paper, but once they started implementing it, it didn't hold water. So you're going to have a lot of this chaos because of their failed plan. And this could be chaos in the streets, that sort of thing, coming up for many countries, not just Serbia. Going to be happening in the next little while. We're going to see a lot of the smaller countries, because of their financial situations. Like I said, the collapse of the financial system is going to start with the littler countries. That's basically your canary in the coal mine. and it's going to go all the way until the very last one, which is the United States. Okay, so most of the problems that are going to be faced by many of the different countries are because of the financial system. Okay, and it always starts with the smaller countries, and then it's going to work into the middle, and you're going to have a lot of problems coming up because of that. Okay, hopefully that answers your question. Hello, Andre. Do you see refinance $40 or 40 cents US in the next $40 would be great, but 40 cents in the next 6 months? Refinance 40 cents in the next 6 months. It's not going to be in that time period. It's going to be a little past that. $10 in about 8-9 years from now. Okay. It's going to be around for the duration of that time, but I don't think anybody's going to be really paying attention to it for the meantime, because everybody's going to be focusing on other things in the next little while. Not bad, nothing wrong with the platform. It's just that people's attentions are going to be on other things, right? So I don't see it in that 40 cent in the next 6 months. Okay. Sorry. Thank you for that, though. 3-card reading, please. Hoping for employment offers soon. So the question is, have you been putting out applications or the paperwork that's necessary for getting a position? That would be the first question, because it's kind of here on the first card. Once you start doing the legwork, it's going to be starting to move in a certain direction. You have to remember the law of attraction works by the way of movement. Okay, there's those two laws that always have to be together. There's the law of attraction and the law of action. Okay, and there's 12 laws, but those two always seem to go together. And once you start to get into action, all these things are going to be starting to fall in your lap. Okay, so once you do massive action, you're going to have a massive reaction to everything around you. Okay, in that category. And you're going to be, with that action, you're going to be diverting the tower, right? The collapse of everything around you. So it's reversing itself. So getting into action and really getting out there and getting the work done and getting those applications out to as many places as you can. You have to remember to do that action. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. If I get help, will I get my mixed up phrase shortened out and then regain access to my crypto wallet?
Same person as before.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get the phrase sorted out, you will regain access to your crypto wallet. Is it a guess 12 or 15 word phrase? Did you put it in parts? I hope not, because you're only given a certain amount of chances, and then you'd have to offload the wallet and start a new wallet and try it again. So 15 times how many combinations there are. Yeah, you'll be there for a while. So hopefully you have that word phrase, the 12 or 15 word phrase. And when you get that sorted out, then you will regain access to your crypto wallet. Okay? Hopefully that helps you out. And just a reminder that if you open up a wallet, write down those key phrases and put them in a safe like we have. Horror story that we had from one of the people that we heard about in our crypto meeting. They had $100,000 in crypto on their phone. They didn't write down their passphrase. I'll get to it. I'll get it to it. He dropped it, or he lost it in a taxi cab somewhere. The phone. He goes to our friend Kevin. He goes, "Can you get my crypto back?" He goes, "You have the passphrase?" He goes, "No, I didn't. Never wrote it down." Oh well. So always write down your passphrase, or you might be like that guy who lost $100,000 in Bitcoin. That was a couple years back. So there you go. There's your tip for today. Write down your keywords and put them in a safe place. Okay. With that, always grateful to have everybody out. We're having a good show. Our next show is on Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Central. And make sure that on the weekend we have the horoscope readings. And on the Sunday, it is the remote viewing reading, or your readings, not mine. I already know what's in here, so I can't do it with you. Would be much of a challenge if I did. With that, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, make sure you go to secondreadsbyhonor.com, where all that information is there. If you like to protect your cryptocurrencies and write down your password and put it in a safe, we got the Trezor as an affiliate link on our website. If you should happen to purchase the Trezor or any of our other affiliate products, me and Caesar the cat will get a little bit of money for cat treats. Okay, with that, am I missing anything? Nope, we're good. It's time for supper. So until we meet again, make sure you like, subscribe, make sure you share it everywhere. We got to get past that Bill C11 here in Canada, and I'll see you in the future.